Welcome to the FG Podcast. In this inaugural episode of the FG Podcast, we're going to talk about, you guessed it, the world's most beautiful sport. More specifically, the FIFA World Cup. And come on, it's the most craziest thing that's happening right now. Just a little quick explanation. The FG Podcast will be a new series coming into the Futbol Galaxy show. For today, for the very first episode, with my very good friend, Lalo Amigo, aka Valparaiso.
Hey guys, this is Valparaiso. How you doing?
And today, like I said, we'll talk about the World Cup. So, let's just get this thing started. We have reached the round of 16, and my gosh, the surprises that this FIFA World Cup has given us. First, you got Germany getting out. Then you got Argentina getting out. Then you get Portugal getting out. And now, recently, Spain out of the World Cup because of freaking penalties thanks to Russia? What is going on?
Well, that's because Spain sucks.
No, that's because this thing's rigged.
I don't know, man. I'm starting to think like Russia rigged this thing.
I know.
This is France all over again.
I swear, guys, if Russia wins this cup, it's because they bought it, man. It's the only other explanation. Because Russia sucks. They are not as considered as the giants. And keep in mind that the giants I consider being Brazil, Argentina, Germany, France, Uruguay, and Spain, and possibly Portugal. They're getting there.
Like, did I miss something? It seems like Russia's just coming out of nowhere and just like, we're going to win this thing. But this is what happened with France like years ago. France wasn't that big of a deal, and suddenly they go and they win the World Cup in their own country. Something's, I don't know, it's just fishy. I think the countries buy it from FIFA, that's what I think.
And the thing is also that if a team loses against Russia, guess who's going to be pissed? Vladimir Putin.
Oh, he's going to kill them all.
What if?
What if?
So...
Oh my gosh, the Croatia-Denmark game today was awesome. I mean, no.
It wasn't.
Awesome. It was boring,
it was boring as all heck, yes.
But then at the end, oh my gosh, I was just like,
in my opinion,
you were there too. Was I losing my mind or what?
Yes, he was. In my opinion, Croatia should have won that game even before the first half even ended. But for some weird freaking dang nabbit reason, they were tied at the whole entire game. Pretty much the Spain and Russia game. They tied 1-1 throughout the first and second half. Then they went to extra time and again tied 1-1. And they went up to penalties. It was the exact same two stories back to back with Spain versus Russia and Croatia versus Denmark.
Well, it was close to the end of the game, and suddenly, and I don't even know what the name of this guy was, but he gets the ball, and he's running with the ball, and somehow, like, a miracle happens, and he gets around the goalie. And he gets around the goalie, and, like, a normal person would have been like, time to shoot the ball, but not him. He's like, I gotta keep running. I was like, are you trying to run the ball into the goal or something? Because he does this, and then some guy comes in from behind him, and he fouls him. So maybe you're thinking, oh, okay, well it's gonna go to penalties. First of all, the ref sucked.
Oh yeah,
because the Croatians were being fouled left and right, and they would never get a foul. So when the guy gets fouled from behind, I'm like, they're not gonna give it to him, but they did. So I was like, okay, that's good. But ultimately, I was really pissed because it's like, dude, you get around the goalkeeper, you shoot the ball. You don't keep running with it. So they go to the penalties, and was it Modric?
Yeah, it was Modric. And he still misses it.
Modric does the penalty, and he screws it up. So it's like, you could have scored. That would have been the end of the game. You would have won. Instead, it went into that pointless penalty match, and then that was like a nail-biter all the way to the end. Yeah. Like, I'm really surprised. I was like, no, you watch. The Croatians are going to lose. So it's a miracle. I'm surprised they won.
They suck. Like, Croatia totally showed today how much, like, you thought they were good. Nope, psych. You're wrong. They suck because they tied against Denmark, and they totally missed so many awesome opportunities. This is like Spain and Russia.
So here's the thing. So now Croatia's going to play against Russia, I think, right?
Croatia's going to play against Russia, yeah, in the quarterfinals.
That is going to be
an intense match.
For me, that's going to be like, I'm not missing that match. And I'm like, before today, I would have said Croatia's going to smoke them. But if Russia wins against Croatia, I'm like, no, this thing's rigged.
Wink,
This
wink.
thing's
Russia's
rigged.
gonna beat Croatia because
Yeah, we're gonna make
money.
We're making a prediction right now. Russia's winning the next game. I don't know why I feel that.
I swear, if Russia wins this World Cup, I guarantee you they will never win another World Cup for the rest of time because they are not the best team in the world. There's no way Russia can there's no way Russia should be qualified right now to the quarterfinals because they're not the best team in the world. They're not the most decent team in the world. They're a good team, but they're not decent or they're not good, superior. They're not like a team that should be freaking qualified to the semifinals by now.
Dude, it's dude, this is France '98 all over again.
Yeah.
This is exactly what happened. France was a mediocre team. The World Cup took place in France. Boom, they win it, and you're like, what?
And they defeat Brazil.
And they defeat Brazil, and then in World Cup 2002, where was that? Korea
and Japan.
wherever that was. In the very next World Cup, guess what? They did get disqualified in the first round. Could it be because they suck? So that was very highly suspicious, to quote the Ratatouille, highly suspect.
Sure.
So they get disqualified. A country that shouldn't have won the World Cup wins the World Cup that happens to be in their own country. Does this sound familiar?
What's the same thing happened to Russia? We're next in 2022.
This is crap, dude. They bought it.
Yeah, like watch the same thing happen to Russia. Where in 2022 World Cup at Qatar, Russia gets disqualified or eliminated already in the group stage. Like they didn't even qualify to round of 16.
Russia should have been disqualified in the
By
first
Spain.
round. In the first round,
Definitely
they
by
should not
Spain.
still be in the game.
Also, by the way, in some news here and there, Andre Iniesta, only about 20 minutes after the game, immediately announced his retirement of international football. And keep in mind, this is already the second player who's done this because I expected Messi to announce retirement.
Messi hasn't done it.
Yeah, I'm surprised Messi has done this, but it was Mascherano who actually announced his retirement when Argentina got eliminated from France. Now let's talk about that. You expect the best teams in the world to be competing at all costs.
Oh, they're all
but guess
sucking.
what? They're being eliminated. First Germany, then Argentina, then Portugal, who are, like I said, not exactly considered as the giants, but they're still in there. And then Spain. Spain, who's won one or two World Cups. The best teams being eliminated in the World Cup. This is just mind-blowing. This is why social media has never been more crazy in the World Cup than now.
Well, here's the thing. Leaving the whole Russia conspiracy theory aside, I really think that, what makes this World Cup special is that it's like the underdog World Cup.
Yes, definitely.
Because all the like
teams that you do not expect to win are winning.
Yeah, all the countries that have like one or two multiple World Cups, they're all losing. Argentina just got kicked out, and my prediction and / my hope, because I'm a big Brazil fan, I hope they lose tomorrow against Mexico on multiple levels. I want them to lose. Because I just feel that they're sucking as a team.
Yeah, let's admit that Brazil
like
sucks this year again. They haven't been the same since 2014.
They haven't been the same since forever.
Yeah. Like, we'd all expect the champions, like the super giants of all time of football history to come back. No, they suck. And for the lucky chance, they got qualified to round of 16. Only in my opinion because they were so lucky.
They haven't been... Brazil as a national team hasn't been good since 2013. They won the Confederations Cup.
In Brazil.
They turned right around and they're out.
They completely lose.
And they lose because they didn't get to the end.
No.
Halfway through or whatever, I forgot. They got kicked out.
I think it was in the quarter semifinals.
And ever since then, they sucked.
Yeah.
And even they're still sucking. I really thought that because of what happened in 2014, that this was going to be their great comeback.
This would be the revenge.
So much for that.
Yeah, like people thought this was gonna like in the Japanese in the U.S. American movie of Pearl Harbor when the screen is on the Japanese soldier. I thought it would be like, I'm afraid that we have woken up the beast, but no. The beast is still sleeping and all lazy because they suck. Yeah. So much for the revenge after hashtag Germany 7-1 against Brazil.
I lost my train of thought. I was gonna say I don't know what I was gonna say. So I predict that tomorrow Mexico is gonna beat Brazil. I remember now.
Please, because we're all fans of Mexico here. Like, I'm a huge Mexican fan. And also, let's talk about the curse of the fifth game, because Mexico, for 6 straight World Cup tournaments, they always get kicked out in the gosh dang it stupid fifth game. And this is funny because not even the fifth game, it's technically the fourth game.
So I'm okay. So like from top to bottom, my top 4 teams that I root for are always like USA, Chile, Brazil, and then Mexico. And I don't really have a 5. But in this particular case, because Mexico's not playing good, and I feel that Mexico, did I say Mexico? Brazil.
Yeah,
Brazil isn't playing good. And Mexico is playing like a team. I mean, they've got their little stuff, but they're more or less playing like a team. I feel that they deserve to keep going. I think Brazil has proven that they suck as a team.
There are so many
national
fans.
team.
There are so many fans right now that are totally rooting for Mexico. And in fact, there was even an article saying that in the Russian soccer stores, there are so many more Mexicans buying the Mexican jersey than any other fan of any other country. So the Mexicans are like totally demolishing the market, the sports market right now, because everyone is asking for the Mexican jersey. Now, guarantee you, as soon as they get eliminated, bye-bye market, goodbye money, because everyone's not going to want it anymore.
But you know what? Again, with the whole Mexico-Brazil game tomorrow morning, if ever there was a time for Mexico to win and keep going forward,
it's this
one, because
this is a great chance.
They don't have Dani Alves, the Brazil team. They don't have Dani Alves. They don't have Marcelo. Marcelo got injured, so he's out.
And the whole team sucks.
And they have somebody else. I mean, Neymar might as well. You know that meme that we saw where the Russians asked Messi what was he doing in Russia, and he's like, I don't even know. The same thing's going on with Neymar. He's like, what am I even doing here?
Yeah, like the only at least 2 players that are at least doing something is Coutinho and Neymar.
Coutinho and what's the other guy's name? The guy, they're not using him for some reason. I hate him in FIFA Mobile, but I never use him. But it's Firmino?
Fernandinho?
No. No. Coutinho's really good. He's doing well. Casemiro's doing good.
There's Paulinho.
No, it's Fernando something.
Fernando Silva?
No. Forget it. I don't know. Firmino. It's Firmino.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm pretty sure it's Firmino, and he's a striker.
Because you said Firmino just recently.
Yeah, okay. No, well, now I'm positive.
Okay.
Get off my back, Jack. So he's good, but they're not playing him.
Oh.
So if there's ever a time for Mexico to go on to the next round, and not just that, I think if Mexico beats Brazil, oh my gosh, dude, the whole country is going to be losing their minds.
Another social media craziness.
Yeah, they're just going to lose it. They're going to be losing their minds.
I think this is like a perfect chance for Mexico to prove themselves. And also, let me just say, this is probably going to be the second most difficult match Mexico has faced so far in the World Cup, being number 1 against Germany.
Okay. So I showed Mexico a lot of love. Now I got to show them like a little bit of hate. If they lose tomorrow, you're going to see so many memes with Chicharito's new haircut.
And so many...
I guarantee you, people are going to be making fun of his haircut. I mean, that's just... Why did he dye his hair? He looks like an idiot.
And also so many fans being furious considering how many Mexicans went to Russia. I mean, I can bet there's like so many more Mexicans in Russia than of any other country.
Half of Mexico's over there. No, but
plus,
seriously,
this Mexican-Brazil game, we've like, there's been several encounters between these two teams. This is like an ancient rivalry. Let's go back to like in the Summer Olympics back in London. What was like in 2012, I think. Mexico defeated Brazil in the final 2-1, and that was the very first time Mexico has ever defeated Brazil in any final. There's been 40 total encounters. I think Brazil has won 23, and Mexico has won only 17 of those games.
Okay. Can we switch to another team now? We'll talk France.
France? Okay, let's go with France.
Okay, so I missed it was France versus Argentina, right?
Yes. And my gosh,
I missed that game, and I'm like still crying that I missed that game.
Oh, right.
Because like, you know that my boy on FIFA Mobile is Griezmann.
Right.
I got Domination Griezmann up to 103, and that is blood. And I haven't poured a dime. It's not like I pay FIFA points or whatever. That was all hard work and sweat, and it's like that's my boy. Obviously, Mbappe's on that team too.
Oh yes.
And it's like that's the honest, that's the team that I'm like France could win this.
Totally rooting for.
And I would just like lose my mind if France won.
Okay, let's talk about really quick, just really quick, because we're gonna go into a different subject as well. But really quick, let's talk about the teams that we think could win the World Cup. For me, I have a few, like I think 4, and I'm gonna tell you right now. Russia, and if they do, it's because they won they bought the cup. France because they're doing really good. England because they're doing awesome.
Oh, I know who's gonna get to the end.
And Belgium. Belgium is like pretty much the only best team right now in the World Cup.
All right.
Now it's Valpo's turn.
Who do you think is going to be? Oh, who do I think are the best?
Who do I
teams?
think are the teams that could possibly win the World Cup? Like your list.
I have a prediction of who the final 2 teams are, but yeah, obviously Russia. Because they
could win the World Cup. It's rigged.
Yeah, because they bought it. I'm with you. France because they're just that good.
Yeah.
Croatia. I'm starting to think there's a slim chance Croatia, but I'm still on the Croatian team. And unfortunately, Uruguay. And now here's my prediction of who I think is going to be that might very well be the final 2 teams. France and Uruguay. And I'm telling you right now, because I don't like Uruguay at all. I hate Suarez's guts.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'm going to be glued to that television if it's France versus Uruguay.
Well,
I mean, I still will be, but if it's that, I am going to be red, white, and blue up the kazoo.
Well, there's been many sports networks that have made their predictions, and every single one of them have said that France wins the World Cup. From what it looks like, that is not that much bad of a possibility.
Well, they got some great players, and they're playing more as a team than all the other biggies.
But let's give it credit to Belgium. Belgium has been doing really good so far. They won 5-0. They won like 3-1, I think. They've had several good scores. They're doing really good, and I think for me, okay. Now I'm gonna say my 2 teams in the final. I think it's gonna be Belgium, and possibly England. Is it England or France?
Oh, that was the other team. Yeah,
but it's one of those 2. But I'm pretty sure Belgium is going to get really far into this World Cup.
I really would. I would lose my mind if England won the World Cup, but I just don't think they're going to get there.
What if it's England versus Belgium? That would be a
I got a better one for you. What if it was
France.
Belgium versus France?
Or England versus France, because those 2 teams have hated each other's guts since like time.
Yeah, I understand, but the thing about the France versus
England
versus France versus Belgium is that it's kind of like a USA versus Canada thing going on, and I really think that I don't know, that would blow my mind. That would blow my mind because I'm sure the rivalry between France and Belgium is like hardcore. Yeah. Because it would be like the English versus the Irish, or the Germans versus Austria, because it's or Argentina versus Uruguay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, so let's go into a new subject. Let's talk about the superstars in the World Cup. Now, keep in mind, 2/3 of the big superstars that everyone's been looking forward, they're not doing anything. We got Messi, who's the first of the big Actually, no. We got, like, Thomas Müller and Mesut Ozil. All the Noir. We got one of the best European stars who are in Germany. They're the first ones to go to the World Cup. Then we got Messi, who represents Argentina. He's out of the World Cup. Then we got Ronaldo, and he's out of the World Cup. So now we're stuck with these stars who are still stars, but they're not doing anything. Neymar, for example, he's not doing that much. Griezmann, he's not doing that much. He scores only by penalty. The only good stars that I think, and it could be possibly that this World Cup could be their World Cup, is the young stars. Like Mbappe, he's not that really young. But Coutinho. Coutinho is doing really good in Brazil. Better than Neymar, if you ask me.
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree with what you're saying 100%.
Let's also go with Mexico. Chicharito's not... Let's be honest, Chicharito's not doing as awesome. We got Vela, who we hate his guts so bad.
No, but Chucky Lozano.
He's a star. Awesome. He's a young star, and he's rising. This World Cup could be his World Cup as well.
No, I agree 100% with everything you just said. I was just going to add on that the cool thing about having Messi out of the World Cup is that Maradona's out of the World Cup. He's been so annoying.
I think it sucks is that they made memes about Messi getting the World Cup, and now that Ronaldo's out, they're gonna make memes of Ronaldo now.
Okay, so that's the disappointing. That's the disappointing thing for me with Portugal being out is that we don't get to see Ronaldo because
And
he
plus,
has made like typical to Ronaldo. He's
Yeah.
made some mind blowing goals.
And
Yeah.
plus, they've been the underdog. Like people were thinking that maybe these could be the favorites
I'm
of getting to the final of the World Cup.
I'm
but
actually surprised that Mbappe is out showing Griezmann
yeah,
because Griezmann's awesome, but he's not.
that's what I say. He's not doing that much.
Griezmann isn't doing Griezmann.
What was he gonna say?
But Mbappe's still cool. Plus, I highly recommend everybody get the 90 Mbappe card in FIFA Mobile. FIFA Mobile's like paying me paychecks.
I know.
Promote our crappy program.
If it weren't for the FIFA World Cup, FIFA would be dead. Like FIFA Mobile. Would be
FIFA
like-
Mobile?
Yeah.
The World Cup event is such crap. I hate it with a passion.
Yeah.
It is such a waste of time.
So all these stars that we all love are not doing anything. It's just the young stars or the side stars, like the stars that are hiding out of the main star's shadow. Like Neymar with Messi. Neymar was always
You're right,
under
you're right.
Messi's shadow when it came to Barcelona. So, we'll just see what happens. We still got a lot more to go. Let's talk about the next games that are coming up the round of 16, and it's time to predict who will win. We got Mexico versus Brazil. We got Belgium versus Japan. We got Sweden versus Switzerland, and we got England versus Colombia. Now it's time. That's the 4 games left of the round of 16. And of those 4 games, only 4 winners will qualify to the quarterfinals. Now let's talk about who can win these games. Mexico against Brazil. Because of loyalty, of national loyalty, I'm going to go with Mexico.
National loyalty.
Mexico versus Brazil. Who do you think will win?
Mexico versus Brazil?
Who do you think will win?
Mexico.
Mexico? Okay.
I got my money on Mexico.
All right. Next up, England versus Colombia. England.
Oh,
Colombia sucks.
Oh, England, definitely.
Yeah, Colombia is not doing good.
Yeah.
Belgium versus Japan. Belgium. I totally say Belgium. They're like they're like the train that's just going through of all like the trucks in front of them.
Yeah. Who was the game where somebody played against Korea and Korea beat them?
Germany?
It was Germany, right? Okay, so that's how I feel about Belgium versus Japan.
Really?
I want to say that Belgium is going to smoke Japan, but that's what I said about Germany and Korea. So for all I know, Japan wins that. I really hope not.
Well, Belgium
I really hope not.
Well, Belgium has Lukaku and Hazard, and those 2 players right now have been dominating the group stage so far. They're like Uruguay. They're like the ones that are secretly going up without no one noticing.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean, Korea did have
Son.
had a son, which was like their Ronaldo, their
The only player who
ace
carries
in
the whole team.
Yeah, the ace in the pocket.
Right.
Who does Japan have? Kagawa? Like they don't really have
Honda.
somebody like that.
Honda.
Is Honda good?
Sort of.
Sort of. Sort of. Okay.
Yeah, I think Japan
well,
is definitely.
there's my answer.
I think Japan is sure to lose against Belgium. And finally, Sweden against Switzerland. From my opinion, due to the fact that Sweden have been true contenders, pretty much like the underdogs in the group stage, I'm gonna go with Sweden. How about you?
Yeah, probably the same.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about a little bit of the quarterfinals because we already have games for the quarterfinals. We got Russia versus Croatia, and who's Uruguay gonna play against?
I don't know. Let me look it up. Keep talking. If I can get this to work.
Because Uruguay defeated Portugal, and then the next game was against Russia and Spain. Is it Uruguay versus? No, it is Russia versus Croatia. Oh, Uruguay versus France. Those are the 2 games. It's Uruguay versus France.
Oh yeah,
and Russia versus Croatia.
Yeah, you're right.
Now we're getting to those 2 games so far for the quarterfinals. Let's talk about who can win. France against Uruguay. I'm going to go with France. Uruguay is a really tough team. They're proving it. But France, they're not going to let Uruguay defeat them. So I'm totally going to go with France. How about you? It's a tough game.
I forgot who Uruguay played. I think it was yesterday. I mean,
Against Portugal, who defeated 2-1.
yeah, it really felt. You know what? Okay. Here's kind of a side topic. I kind of feel that we should be talking about which ref is doing which game because there's at least one ref which is flat out corrupt, and then there's like the guy that was doing the Croatia game today, And I call that guy Mr. Honest because that guy is by the book. He does VAR if people are like to double check if he made a good call. But if they get the corrupt one, that guy ruined Iran, and he ruined I don't know who else he ruined.
FIFA should really keep an eye on their referees because there's still no matter what league you are, no matter what tournament you're in, there's still a referee that always is the freaking like the solid one who is always on the side of one team but on the other, and that's what the fans hate about. You know.
So yeah, between Uruguay and France, I would say France is going to win. Wait a minute. Did I forget? What's the guy's name? Did Suarez get kicked out? No, he didn't. Okay. So between Uruguay and France, I would say that as because Suarez is like
the biggest cheater,
world-class cheater.
Yeah.
I would say France wins, but if it depends on who they have as a ref.
Yeah, it depends on the referee.
It depends on the ref because the Uruguay versus Portugal.
The same
Uruguay won because the ref refused to give Portugal the Uruguayans were fouling them left and right.
Yeah.
Just like today with Croatia.
Yeah, the Portuguese, even Ronaldo was furious as all heck due to the results of the freaking referee.
He got a yellow card.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the other thing about Mexico versus Brazil game. It will all depend also on the referee because if the referee is on the side of Brazil and on Mexico, then Mexico has a less chance of winning.
Yeah. Yeah, the next two games are going to be really interesting
and tough
and intense.
It's like all the Mexicans out there is like sweating by now because it's like less than 12 hours until the game against Mexico.
That's crazy.
Brazil and Mexico. Yeah. Okay, so now Russia against Croatia. Okay, let's just put aside the fact that this thing is rigged and Russia has, Russia's winning this because of like money. Let's just put that aside and think realistically based on the team itself. Russia against Croatia. You're not gonna like me for this probably, but believe it or not, I actually think Russia could win. Putting aside all the rigged stuff and focusing on the team itself, I do think Russia can actually defeat Croatia. Because Croatia, they just proved themselves that they could even beat Denmark. So I do think Russia can win. How about you?
Yeah, today's Croatia performance really disappointed me. And I hate to admit it, but they might actually pull it off.
Yeah.
The Russians, I mean. The Ruskies.
Right.
In Mother Russia, World Cup plays you. That was horrible. I'm sorry.
That was horrible.
I'm sorry.
Well, looks like we got the reach of the World Cup talk. Because, it's just crazy stuff, craziness. Let's move on to another totally different subject now. Let's go to Galaxy news. LA Galaxy against San Jose Earthquakes facing off the second edition of the Cali Classico of 2018. And my gosh, we saw the game. We are not happy. To this moment, we're still not happy. 3-1, man. 2 goals by Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He scored the first goal in less than a minute. In in 55 seconds in, he already scored the lead for the Galaxy. Then Roman Alessandrini scores a stupendous finish from the free kick. And then Zlatan scores the third goal for the Galaxy with another amazing free kick. And it was 3-1. By the end of the game, 3-3. Thanks to 2 penalties from San Jose Earthquakes. Only a team like your Los Angeles Galaxy can lose such a great lead and a great win. Because that should have been a heck of a win. But they totally lost it. I couldn't believe it. It was just madness.
Oh, what? Yeah, it takes... The game was 3-1. And then it ends on a tie. And it's like, that takes talent. I'm the biggest LA Galaxy fan in the world, and I'm just shaking my head in disbelief. I was like, what are you doing? And I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I told Futbol Galaxy last night. And it pains me to say this, but Ibrahimovic is wasting his time on the thing.
Yeah, I was a truly fan of Zlatan coming into the club. Like, yes, that day has finally arrived. This is a gift from God to the Galaxy with Zlatan. But from what it looks like, Zlatan just joined a really... Galaxy guys out there who are listening to this, let's just admit the fact. Our team sucks. And Zlatan joined a sucking team. because our team really sucks. It has bad chemistry. I say it has bad communication because we're talking about a guy like David Beckham who comes from the elite league in the world, coming all the way down to MLS because MLS, we have to admit, we are not even close to being elite league. We're the less popular league in the whole entire world. We may be the biggest team.
Sucks, man.
We may be the biggest league, being the only league in the world that has more than 20 teams, but we are no way as popular as the Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga, you name it. We're not even there.
Yeah, I was also telling my mate here that if Landon Donovan, Steven Gerrard, who's the other guy? Robbie Keane. If those guys were on the team, not only could I see Ibrahimovic fitting in better, I think he would also be happier because LA Galaxy was at a different professional level, and right now it's just like a whole bunch of
Yeah.
It's
like a team with little kids and a big adult. It just doesn't work. And also, one other thing that I would like to mention, that if it's not the players with all the bad chemistry and all the communications, then it is the coach. Because you have no idea how many Galaxy guys out there want Ziggy Smith out. Because I'll admit it, he's an old guy. We're like the Arsenal of MLS.
Oh, man.
It's like we have Arsene Wenger here, who's been so much years with us. And by years, I mean like only about a couple. And Ziggy's, I'll give the credit to him. He gave us the very first title in club history back in 2002. But that doesn't give him any credit because he's not helping the team right now. He's like Arsene Wenger where he sucks. And I say we should kick him out because if it's not the players, then it's the coach because it's the coach who trains the players. So we need a new coach desperately, and by doing so, we need to kick out Ziggy Smith. Sad as it is, I really am on the train on that.
Yeah, I'm behind you 100%. I kind of feel like a lot of this is on Ziggy Smith's shoulders, and there's just been a lot of bad decision making, and Jermaine Jones, he joins the team,
and he leaves him without a word.
And then one day we wake up and he's gone.
Yeah.
And he's like a national level player. So like, what the crap's that all about?
Yeah.
The Dos Santos brothers just plain old
suck.
suck.
Anything at all.
And I think it was a good thing to get rid of Zardes.
Zardes, yes.
Because Zardes was good for like 5 minutes, and then he sucked. And of course, he went to Columbus Crew, I think.
Yeah.
And now he's like, I'm gonna make all the goals.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel there's something wrong with management because Zardes. Remember how pissed I was when we saw the FIFA 18 the thing with the fake trailer guy. What the crap? I can't remember. Kyle Walker. You know what I'm talking about? No, it's like the fake player. You see his career, the journey. Gosh,
the journey with Alex Hunter. Zardes keeps saying, like, dude, like, are you ready to take MLS big shot? Says that guy who freaking sucks in the team.
Remember when I shouted at the screen?
Yeah,
he was like, hey, man, you got to come here and you got to perform and make goals.
I know.
And, like, throughout the whole journey, like, he's making, like, 1 billion goals. And I was like, Zardes, you shut your mouth, dude.
Too bad
because
you can't make
team. You're, like, the worst player ever.
Yeah.
You don't get to say stuff like that.
Yeah, it just sucks. Like, many people are totally they want the third golden age of the Galaxy because the first golden age was back in the 1990s when there was like Kobe Jones, Alexi Lalas,
Kobe Jones,
Mario Cienfuegos.
I want to see him as a manager, or even Alex.
Were you about to say Alex Hunter?
I was gonna say Alex Donovan.
Oh my gosh.
Landon Donovan, I'd love.
Then comes the second golden age with Landon Donovan, David Beckham, Robbie Keane, and Steven Gerrard. And keep in mind that I think the second golden age started when David Beckham came into the club because the Galaxy were just on fire. Now that age has ended back in 2014 because, believe it or not, we haven't won a single cup for 4 straight years. We haven't won the MLS Cup since 2014, so that age has totally ended by that time, especially by 2015, back when Robbie Keane and Steven Gerrard and Landon Donovan retired. So we're waiting for the third golden age. We thought that Zlatan could bring that to us, but it's not working. And it's not him. I mean, why do you think Zlatan keeps complaining all the time? Because of the bad chemistry and communication between him and the players. Because let's also get to the fact that Zlatan is a really much better player than any other player in the Galaxy.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah.
It's just
I can only imagine. He's sitting like Zutlan deserves better than this.
yeah, honestly. All right, let's just push away the Galaxy because we're just like
Okay, one last thing,
One
and
last
I'm
thing.
done. And I'm done with this. I just want to say a special message to Landon Donovan. Landon Donovan, you're an American icon. You're the legend of the LA Galaxy. Bro, what are you doing?
moving it to Leon.
What are you doing, Landon Donovan?
Retiring twice and then moving on to Leon. Are you serious?
You need to stop. Have you
He's
seen
ruining his career,
have
man.
Have you seen that stupid commercial he has for Sprint? Stop kissing Mexican butt and come back home. Be the LA Galaxy's manager. Step it up. Ugh. Okay, I'm done.
Later on, I could do a video throughout the Futbol Galaxy Channel of which are the people that I would love the Galaxy to have as coaches.
Landon Donovan, bro.
Oh,
Alexi Lalas.
nah, he's good as a commentator in Fox.
Oh, I hate his guts, man.
All right, let's push aside LA Galaxy. We're done with Galaxy news. Let's go in with the leaders of MLS, Atlanta United. They're dominating the league with who knows how, man. Like, is it the players? I think it's the coach. Because El Tata Martino, he was a former Barcelona coach. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's a quality coach. Where's the LA Galaxy's quality coach?
Yeah, I know. So, Atlanta United, with the recent win of 4-0 against Orlando, they're having the club's the supporters shield because they're in first place not only in the Eastern Conference but in the whole entire league. So my question is, what is it that they have that we Galaxy do not have? Is it the coach? Because that's the only explanation that I can have. Because here's another thing too. The Galaxy, they're a good team. They have good players. But they're not doing as good as they should be. And I say the only explanation is of chemistry, bad communication, and coaching. I also wanted to mention something that Josh Guessman said. By the way, Josh Guessman is the host of the Corner of the Galaxy podcast show. Go visit him on the Corner of the Galaxy YouTube channel and on cornerofthegalaxy.com, where he makes podcasts on every Thursday. Mostly every Thursday. He can also do it on Wednesday. But Corner of the Galaxy is a podcast where it's just pure LA Galaxy news. So you can check him out and listen to his podcast. It's pretty great. I recommend it for all of you Galaxy fans who want to listen to Galaxy news. So go to him once again to the Corner of the Galaxy YouTube channel. But what I wanted to mention, what he said was, he was telling everyone in the podcast several times since the very first day of 2018. He was saying this several times. This is not the 2017 Galaxy, because the 2017 Galaxy had the worst year in club history and in league history. He kept telling us this is not the Galaxy from last year. I'm like, yes, I agree with you. The thing is that it kind of looks like it because we're still losing games that we should be winning.
No, I agree. I remember when he said that the 2017 LA Galaxy squad was the worst one, and so it's basically okay. You know what it is? It's 2017 LA Galaxy plus one. Who's the plus one?
Zlatan
Ibrahimovic. So
let's also not forget that Ziggy Smith in 2018 he kicked out literally half of the whole squad. So this is a new squad we're talking about, but still has the remainings of back in 2017.
I really hope they bring back João Pedro, because you told me that they bumped him down to the B squad, which I was like, why would you do that? So yeah, I really wish that LA Galaxy gets its act together this year, and then and then 2019 is
they're finally their year.
Yeah, I want next year to be their year.
Because it's also sad how they're losing, and now their new rivals LAFC, they're the ones who are taking the spotlight.
Right.
So it also sucks.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Lalo Amigo, aka Valparaiso, tell them where they can find you.
This is Valparaiso, and you can find me at bit.ly /what's up now. That's our league Discord channel, or you can find me hanging around for no reason at the Futbol Galaxy Reddit channel. That's where you can find me.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
That's Valparaiso, aka Lalo Amigo, my good friend. And we've come to the end of this excellent podcast, the inaugural episode. It was amazing. It's awesome. And this is where we're going to end it. So thank you guys for listening to this podcast. Stay tuned for more FG podcast episodes throughout throughout time. And stay tuned for more videos on the Futbol Galaxy Channel, whether it's FIFA mobile videos, streaming soccer videos, or the FG podcast, whichever. It all depends on time. So, again, thank you guys for listening. You've been great. Please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos in the Futbol Galaxy Channel. Besides all this awesomeness, as always, have yourselves an excellent, awesome, great Futbol Galaxy night. Thank you, and have a good night, everybody.